Hello students, I'm back again, and yes, through this chapter, carbon and compound, I have got to know that some students were confused a little bit about heteroatom, what are that. So let's talk about, we had a discussion about carbon and hydrogen, how they make bonds. Today we'll discuss about their friends, right? A short introduction. Actually, functional group is removed, nomenclature of functional group is removed for this session 2020 from your syllabus, but still we will discuss a little bit of functional group which will help us to know about the friends of carbon so that we can study well about it, right? So let's start.
Carbon compounds rule the globe. They are present in almost all bits and pieces that we can see, touch or smell. However, when we say hydrocarbons, what does it exactly mean? Yes, in literal terms, we mean compounds made up of carbon and hydrogen. But tell me one thing, are all the carbon compounds only made up of carbon and hydrogen? Are there no other atoms that make up the compounds? If all the compounds will have only hydrogen and carbon, then every compound should have the same or similar properties, right? But that does not happen. We see a wide variety of properties in the carbon compounds because elements other than carbon and hydrogen can also be present in them. This gets us to the concept of functional groups. Now, what could this mean? Let us understand this concept in a simple manner by splitting the terms. The word groups means a collection. That indicates a collection of atoms. And functional means having an important role or function. This tells us that the functional group is a group of atoms that have an extremely important role in the functionality of the compound that they are present in. Yes, say there is a random compound WXYZ which is attached to the functional group AB. In this case, the properties of this entire compound are majorly determined by the functional group AB. There is another way in which we can understand functional groups. They are defined as the groups of atoms which have definite properties. These functional groups impact the properties to the compound. The presence of functional groups defines the properties irrespective of the length of the principal chain of carbon or side chains attached to it. Do we know a few examples of functional groups? Of course we do. You must have come across the terms alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, phenols, and so on. These are nothing but functional groups. So let us say we take a carbon chain of 10 carbon units. The carbon chain may be straight chain or a branched one. Say it has an alcoholic functional group attached to it. This was the case of saturated hydrocarbons. Same holds true for unsaturated hydrocarbons as well. Now, in any case, the properties of the compound formed will depend on two factors. First factor is the presence or absence of a single, double, or triple covalent bonds between the carbon atoms. It means the compound being saturated or unsaturated will define many of its reactions. Another important influencing factor is the presence of a functional.
Students, in the last video, we watched it, how the functional groups you can add on and how what is their role, so we will study something more about the functional group. I wanted to show you this video too.
We all love the company of our favorite people. Similarly, hydrocarbon chains are also fond of other molecules. They get bonded so strongly that the properties of the compound change depending on the molecules attached. And what are these groups of molecules referred to as? They are called as the functional groups, that's right. Let's get to know about them. Beginning with the definition first. How do we define them? In simple words, these are the groups of atoms that give characteristic properties to the compounds in which they are present. Yes, their presence is quite influential. If they're a part of a compound, the entire compound takes its properties. Have you come across any of the functional groups ever? Yes, we've heard many names like alcohols, phenols, ethers, and so on. Look at the structures carefully. What do you know is ready for bond formation? Let's understand this in a simple way. Say we focus on the structure of alcohol. This functional group has one oxygen atom and one hydrogen atom. That means a hydroxyl unit is what makes up the alcoholic group. Can you notice that we've drawn a line before oxygen here? What does this indicate? Well, it indicates that the group is available for bond formation. So there can be any other atom bonded to the oxygen atom of this hydroxyl unit. So if I take any carbon chain, say something like this, then we can attach the alcoholic functional group at the carbon atom which is available for bond formation. And the new compound gets formed in this way. Similarly, talking about the functional group carboxylic acid, its structure is somewhat like this. Represented as dash followed by COOH. The group contains one carbon atom. Out of the 4 bonds that it can form, 3 are already formed. As we can see here, one oxygen atom is attached to the carbon atom with a double bond, while another single bond is with the hydroxyl group. This is how we get COOH as our carboxyl group. Now from here, where will this group be attached to the hydrocarbon chain? Yes, from the carbon atom. And why is that? We know that the valency of carbon is 4. 3 bonds in the functional group have got formed, leaving behind just 1. That is why the line is drawn before the carbon atom, which indicates that the group can be attached from here. Where do you think will this group be attached? It can be attached to an alkyl group. Wait, what do we mean by an alkyl group? We've seen what alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes are. Single bonds, alkanes, at least one double bond, alkenes, and at least one triple bond, alkynes. So what is an alkyl group then? Let's take an example of ethane to understand this. We can see that each carbon atom here has its valencies completely fulfilled. 4 and 4. However, if we remove even one hydrogen atom, then the group becomes capable of forming bonds with other compounds. Like in this case, it can bond with a functional group from this point. This thing that you see here is an alkyl group. It is just derived from an alkane by removing one of its hydrogen atoms. That's all. Here it's derived from ethane. Hence it's called an ethyl group. Similarly, if we remove one hydrogen atom from methane, it will be called as methyl group. Alkyl groups are usually represented with the letter R written in uppercase. This was a general overview of what alkyl groups are. But the main topic of this video was functional groups. They're a group of atoms that give characteristic properties to the compounds in which they are present. The entire compound takes its properties. Let's have a look at a few more interesting examples of functional groups in the next.
See students, based on the video, as it was being said that alkyl group, you know what they have said about alkyl group. So if this is, I have taken an example of methane, okay. Methane means CH4. I have removed this hydrogen from here, okay. We will remove this hydrogen from here and we'll add another functional group here with a bond, because you know this OH, this is one of the functional group I have added over here, and it became what? Methane became methanol, right students? Same way, if you take ethanol, you can make ethanol also. Ethane means 2 carbon atoms. Here you see, if I remove this hydrogen, okay, and then I will write ethanol like this. Check over here. Can I write like this OH? What it will become? It will become ethanol. Right student? See students, the another friend of carbon is aldehyde. Okay, aldehyde having the formula C double bond OH. You can write this like this also, and the suffix you will add is L. The way we have added suffix in alcohol OL, here we will add AL. Okay, so you can write this one like this also, you can write this also, you can write like this also. It is called as methanol. Methanol. Fine students. Same way you will say ethanol, propanol, butanol, all this. Okay, let me check with you. Let me write ethanol for you. Ethanol means 2 carbon atoms. Okay, 2 carbon atoms. 1 carbon atom already aldehyde is having. Okay, so we will first generally with this aldehyde group we will always write in the corners only, not in the centers. Okay, so these are the hydrogen group we have to write. Can you see this aldehyde group? Already the bond is fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All bond is complete. Okay, this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So covalent bond is complete. Their outermost shell is complete, and hence they formed a stable compound. And hence the name will be ethanol. So students, this is the way only. There are different groups are there, carboxylic groups are there, but you have to focus later on. Okay, whenever we will complete all our syllabus, then we'll focus on all these things. Okay, meanwhile you just focus what is in the syllabus. I helped you. I think I helped you for understanding these parts, functional groups and all. So thank you. Bye bye.